Hey everybody, welcome to Fire in the Hole. I'm gonna be doing keeping up with the Lemons video there tonight. Greg Lemon, my friend from Uncapped Films, What the Hell Am I Doing tonight, ate his first ripe pod off of a plant that he grew up from a baby all by itself. Not from seed, but a bought plant. But still, it's amazing. And like he was saying, it's frustrating at the beginning because you try and figure out how long it's going to take for these pods to ripen, because they set pods pretty quick, but then it's like 4 to 6 weeks before the pods actually start to turn color. So you look at these giant pods that won't ripen, and you start wondering if they're actually ever going to ripen. So um, I think I mentioned to him, I think 30 to 40 days was my answer when he asked how long do they take to ripen. And mine have been about the same. Going on vacation for 2 weeks is a fantastic thing. You come home and all kinds of stuff has happened. And I thank my father-in-law for keeping my plants alive for me in the 2 weeks. He kept everything watered just right, and when I came back, there were pods all over the place. So tonight, last time Heiko came to visit, he brought me a bunch of goodies. He brought me red jalapeno, which is a sriracha pepper. Very tasty, so sweet, unbelievably sweet, really good. He brought me a giant red habanero that was almost as big as my fist. Haven't tasted that guy yet, but I'm looking forward to that. Brought me this lovely ghost pod, which is just a beautiful specimen of a ghost, just absolutely perfect. Pointy as all hell. I suspect it's going to be full of placenta in there, but I suspect this is going to be a spicy meatball. And then he gave me a nice beautiful scorpion and a beautiful reaper, and all of those pods are dangerous and bringers of pain. So in celebration of Greg Lemon's first ripe ghost pod tonight, I thought I'd match him and get into my first ghost of the season, not grown by me but grown by Heiko. I do have a ghost out there that's in the process of trying to ripen, and it is a very pointy specimen also, and I don't know how much longer that's going to take, but I'll be eating that one too. The thing I noticed right away when I cut open a fresh pod is it's crunchy like an apple. Now, that's a fairly placenta heavy kind of a pod. Oh, the smell. Oh man, the smell of that will knock your friggin' head right off. Oh my god, oh. Oh my god, this smell. Oh, I almost got a seed in the eye that time. That would have been good. Okay. This smells about as nasty as a pod can smell. So knowing that if I only eat half of it, I won't go back in for the second half. I'm never brave enough to take a second bite. So let's shout out to Greg Lemon, Uncapped Films, eating his first ghost tonight, and I'll eat the first ghost that I've seen this harvest season. It's not grown by me, but came from Heiko. And as far as pods go, Heiko sure knows what's up. And I suspect this one's going to be pretty freaking painful. It can't be more than a couple of days old. Watch all its spectacles, testicles. Fire in the hole. All right, making sure to chew it up really, really good. That very distinctive ghost flavor. Greg calls it kind of smoky. I kind of get that too. Kind of a different kind of a flavor at the outset. I know the pain is going to be big on this one. I can feel my ears ringing already. The burn is starting on my tongue, tip of my tongue, back of my tongue, bottom of my tongue. That's a very, very hot pot. It's easy to see why that's the first of the super hots. When I did the pep reading contest, there was only 4 of us, but first the Asian lady tapped out just before the ghost, and then everybody else tapped out at the ghost. It was just me left standing at that point. Wow, the ghost has a serious burn. Wow. Yep, I can feel that for sure. That's a serious burn. And that's just a ghost. Man, when they're fresh, they're so much hotter. I can feel the ringing in my ears now. That's a hot, hot pepper. Greg was joking about it. Seemed like every time I eat one of my own pods, it's the hottest pod I've ever eaten. And so for sure I can say that ghost is definitely not the hottest pod I've ever eaten. Like for me, maybe right now about a 3 or 4 out of 10. Still pretty freaking hot though. And but man, when I ate that yellow 7 pot, wow, the ringing in my ears is getting really loud now. Oh, feel it in here a little bit too. Reaching for the apple juice. I'm going to give it a minute. But that yellow 7 pot that was supposed to be the chocolate douglas was easily the hottest thing I've ever consumed. Having had a couple of reapers now, I think it's pretty safe to say I know where the ceiling is. But that ghost reminds you where you came from, that's for sure. Reminds you of the kicking off point, the starting point. Great flavor though. I'm never going to mind the taste of a ghost. Doesn't have a floral, doesn't have much bitter. Even from the outside, it tastes good, it tastes sweet, yummy. Even when it's hurting you, still have a good flavor. Sometimes they can get very bitter on the burn. Wow, that's hot. Just from a lowly ghost. We're after 12 o'clock, so it's now the 25th, which means 5 days till Fear Inoculum officially drops. Wow, that's hot. It's getting me in the neck real bad, in the ears. The ear ring is just incredible. Wow. Opening up the sinuses for sure. Had me a little bit of Professor Nut Butter. Old Nut Butter's House of Treats. Before I started in on this challenge, this pepper consumption. Oh. Wow, that's a hot pepper. Just when you think it's probably almost done burning, it ramps up a little more. Oh, pepper burps like crazy. Oh, hello there, Lily. I like to see a grown man cry. Oh, it's really, really burning now. It's more than before, for sure. It's a bit of a creeper. And then I think, oh, okay, I've plateaued, it's coming down, and then it comes up again. Wow, that's hot. I've decided that most of the pods that I'm growing are way too hot just to eat. But that death powder that I made, which actually turns out isn't powder at all, but flakes. Slight distinction. So when I dehydrated them, I didn't dehydrate them to bone dry. I dehydrated them to basically like a very dry leather texture, and then I buzzed them in the magic bullet, and they never quite turned into powder. And so I laid those flakes out on some newspaper for a couple of days. Hit it several times with the pink salt to try and pull the last of the moisture out. And after several days, when I move it with the piece of cardboard, and it wasn't moving like molasses anymore, suddenly it started to move like powder. And then I packaged it up, and that death powder, when I nicknamed it death powder, was scorpions, chocolate scorpions, and reapers. I think there was 7 or 8 of them in each category. Might have been a couple more chocolate, a couple more reapers, I'm not sure. But that powder, when you put it on anything, immediately you smell the smell. If it's hot food you're putting it on, it'll bring out the aroma. The aftertaste I'm getting from the Ghost now is very sweet, like a fruit. Very, very sweet. Almost like I ate an orange or something. Again, ridiculously hot. Thanks again to Heiko. Big thanks. Can't thank you enough. You always bring amazing stuff. Truly a wonderful person to have met. I'd be very proud to call a friend. Hell of a guy. Also, he tried my powder the other night and said that he liked it a lot. It wasn't just blast your face off heat. Had some character, had some flavor, which is what I've become addicted to. And now mine's almost done. I'm very sad. So I've decided the rest of those yellow 7 pots, I'm going to make a yellow powder, yellow flakes, whatever. And with all my white habs, which turned out to be so freaking hot I can't even eat the damn things. The white habaneros are just crazy hot. I'm gonna make white dust out of that. White death. Yellow death and white death. I make 2 batches. Because I figure that'll last on the shelf forever. Wow, 15 minutes I've been rambling. Oh. Already I feel the capsaicin sweat on my nose and my cheeks a little bit. Oh, I almost had a tear there too. Wow, that's a brutal pot. I'd give it in the end about a 5 out of 10 because it was a lot hotter than I thought it was going to be. I'm getting the endorphin rush now, thank goodness. That feeling where it just goes, and then you're okay. Wow, I was starting to think that my tolerance was way off, but then Heiko told me this last year, and I guess I didn't mean much because I didn't understand yet. But he said fresher is hotter, and the fresher the pot is, the hotter it's going to be. So when I go around the side of the house and I grab a white habanero and pop it off, and bring it inside and slice it up right away, and put it on nachos or pizza or whatever, it's going to be so insanely hot, way hotter than even if you used it the next day or the day after that. I think that they start losing heat almost immediately. The ghost still won't leave me alone. I'm still in a massive amount of hurt. But it's waving down now finally. But yeah, I was telling Greg Lemon tonight that whenever I eat something super hot like that, I sweat it out almost immediately. I get like the capsaicin sweats where the sweat burns, even though I haven't touched any part of me with these fingers, which will definitely have capsaicin on when I opened up that pepper and all that stuff. Man, that's hot. Just when you think it's over, another wave comes over your tongue. So I've heard Johnny Scoville talk about that too before, where the sweat kind of burns. People say, oh, it's because you touched yourself, you touched your face. And he said, no, I'm guaranteed you, after a while you'll learn pretty well. Just don't touch your face, don't touch your eyes, don't touch any of your sensitive places, to put it politely. Even so, you'll still sweat out a little bit of fire. I get it on my nose. I feel it on the sides of my nose where I start to sweat, and it burns. You just feel it burning. Anyway, 18, almost a 20-minute video to eat a silly ghost pepper. But that was hot. That was a spicy meatball. So, typical fire in the hole fashion. Say thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to tap that like button. That helps me out. I don't care if you click on the bell. Nobody likes those silly notification bells anyway. And I'm pretty sure most of you are already subscribed. But wow. You know, Blair's slogan, Blair's Hot Sauce Company, I think to me defines what it is to be a chili head. It says, feel alive. And I think that's exactly what this does. It reminds you that to remind us we're not blind in that big black hole. Comfortable. See if anyone picks up on those lyrics. When will Tool leak? It's got to leak. Any second now, any minute now, it's going to leak. It has to. 5 days out. Slipknot leaked at 3. So I've seen pictures of somebody holding the CD, and somebody said it was Adam Jones' son, but that doesn't make sense. It was somebody's kid that was holding it, like somebody on the inside. So maybe it wouldn't equate to a leak, but it has to happen. It just has to happen. Fire in the hole. Cheers.